We've been saying it for months that this team is better going forward when they have the handbrake off. First half, superb going forward. Should have been 3-4 ourselves, but playing a back four against West Ham was always going to be a ridiculous idea. With Bolly in the team, let alone Sace and Cody, and after 15 minutes, look what happened. Shocking, but entirely predictable. The third one's completely down to Patricio. You don't get beat at your near post. Common sense, really, but he's dropped one there. But yeah, it's impressive going forward. But again, we don't score. Willian Jose, worst striker since Robert Taylor. At this point, it's getting there because he does fuck all. He doesn't score. He doesn't create chances. He gets in everyone's way. He doesn't move. What's he here for? Other than a payday? Just send him back now. It's just a joke, and then young Fabio Silva's come on and showed him up with a great goal in the second half, and yeah, it wasn't enough. But there was encouraging signs there going forward. It's just that defence, I mean, we need 5 players. We all know this. In the summer, at least. But that defence is just shocking. But predictable. So, who knows? A weird one tonight. Weird.
So, West Ham 3, Wolves 2. Going to start with a positive. So, I thought Fabio was great when he came on. I think it was a fantastic finish. I think it's almost going to get overlooked what a difficult and clinical finish that was. But he scored. I think it's pretty obvious he needs to start next game for us. When he plays, he seems to get chances. He gets himself in these right positions where Jose's not really seemed to find himself playing for Wolves in terms of getting that many chances. And I think for me, he's got to start. Downside, playing a back four without our best defender in Willy Bolling, without arguably our second best defender in Johnny. We seem to get exposed. We needed to have safety in numbers back there. And you look at the stats, we do score more with a back four and having more players going forward, but we also concede more as well. So it's it's not a winning battle we're going to face at the moment. Something definitely needs to change. The midfield isn't combative enough. I think it showed in the first goal. West Ham had that little bit more ruthlessness and shithousery and professionalism. That they were making cynical fouls on the halfway line against the likes of Traore and Neto in the first half. Dawson and Diop both getting bookings. Then Donk had a chance to do the same for West Ham's first, and he shied away from it. Whereas he should have just picked up the booking and stopped the play from going forwards. It's going to be difficult, I guess, to digest this game because of the spirited comeback in a sense. But Wolves did have chances in the first half and almost ran out of steam with 15 minutes to go, which is a real shame and not something that Nuno's sides tend to do, in my opinion. They tend to be able to kind of go until the last. We just seem to miss out on that extra sort of 15 minutes at the end where we never had that clear chance. I think it was epitomised when we had that corner in extra time and it didn't be the first man. And the basics we just have lacked for quite a long time now. But onward and upwards to the next game. Fingers crossed we can get a win.
Well, it was an interesting way to get back to action. 3 weeks without a Wolves game is a long time, really. And I have to say, I quite enjoyed the game for many reasons. Partly just because there was so much going on, and that was probably the strangest first half I've seen involving Wolves in a very long time. While we looked pretty good going forward, I think we started the game really well. The defence was unbelievably shocking. And I don't think it necessarily comes down to quality of defender. It was just bad decision making, really poor amateurish kind of stuff that went wrong and ultimately led to our downfall, being 3-0 down against West Ham. I mean, up until this season, we hadn't conceded a goal to them, and then now we're, over the course of this year, 7-2 down on aggregate. Something doesn't sit right with me with that. As much as they've been a good side so far, without a traditional centre forward, Mikel Antonio seems to just absolutely, he lives rent free in the head of Cody and and Sace in particular, it seems, and we just couldn't handle them, and quite disappointing, especially given the fact that we are generally a stout defensive side, but we also look pretty good going forward, and really pleased to see Adama and Dendonka combined for a goal, which kind of topped off how bizarre that first half was, given that they'd not been involved in any goals so far this season. And second half, when we got it back to 3-2, lovely finish from Fabio. It was just disappointing to see how it kind of petered out. We didn't manage to build up any real pressure. And just quite an entertaining evening. Ended with a bit of a whimper. And fair play to West Ham. They showed their quality, incisive finishing. But, not going to, knock on Nuno this week, to be honest, because I thought the approach was sound. We haven't got that much to play for, so why not go for it? And we did, but to no avail this week. So see how we go against Fulham.
Hi guys, disappointing night. Defence just had a mare, didn't they? The first half an hour, I just couldn't believe it. Letting 3 goals in like that, and really I thought Patricio should have saved that third one. Really disappointed, but West Ham at the moment just seem to play so well. Every single game this season they've just done really, really well. And the front attacking force is just too much for most teams. But going back to a back 4, it was risky. It killed me on the bench. Should we have risked a back 5? I think so. Teams like West Ham, you just need to have the back 5 for. And it's a shame because it just shows really that when we do a back 4 and we have 4 up front, how much we can attack. Like 20 shots, was it in the end? 20 shots Wolves had. It's just a shame really. But fair play to Fabio and Dendonka for getting on the score sheet. I'm absolutely devastated about Johnny Otto and Matinho and Body being out of the team as well. But Johnny Otto for 7 months is a massive blow. But glad really to see Ryan Nori stepping up and really looking like a good player. He did really well, attacking, and he looks like definitely one for the future, and hopefully we can look at maybe signing him. But moving on, got some easier games. Let's just pray we can get 3-4 points and be completely safe, and then we can look at experimenting with back 4 and giving players like Vitania and Hover and some of the fringe players some game time, see what they're about. But let's move on. Disappointing, but kind of thought we were going to lose to West Ham. But it is what it is. Hopefully Nuno can sort it out and we get 3 points next game.
Wolves 2, West Ham 3. What to say about that? Defending like they're playing over Windsor Park first half. Antonio played like R9, to be honest with you, made him look stupid. Lingard was like Messi, and we were lucky to only be 3-0 down, to be honest with you, at the time. Credit where credit's due. I thought we come back into the game decent, We created a few good chances, and second half, Fabio took his goal brilliantly. Time now to just get rid of Woody and Jose at that first 11. Persist and persevere with Fabio Silva. As you know, he's our asset and he's going to be the future moving forward. We're not going down. It isn't very good. Get him to the end of the season as soon as possible. England win the Euros. Wolves win the Premier League. You heard it here first. Keep the faith, up the Wolves.